the ceiling, neon hanging low. Another Friday evening, another place to go. There's a jukebox in the corner, playing songs from long ago. The bartender knows my story without me telling him so. I slide $1 on the counter, watch the amber liquid shine like 1,000 broken memories, dancing in the light. The band begins to play, and suddenly the room feels small, like every lonely heart in here came to answer the same call. Some people chase tomorrow, some people chase the past. Tonight I'm chasing freedom inside a whiskey glass. Bonfire burning in my chest, every regret becoming ashes, every ghost laid to rest. Bonfire lighting up the dark, turning all my broken pieces into sparks. Rain taps on the windows like fingers on a drum. The city's full of strangers trying to outrun someone. A woman sings the blues with lightning in her voice, making every wounded soul feel they still have a choice. I close my eyes and listen as the guitar cries alone, the kind of sound that understands what words never know. Pain can build a prison or become a song. The difference is deciding to keep moving on. A whiskey rain falling from the sky, washing old heartaches away, one drop at a time. A whiskey rain, sweet and bittersweet, like dancing with your memories to a backbeat. I wore my scars like armor, I wore my pride like chains, but neither one could save me from the storm inside my veins. Then the music found the silence and gave my soul a name. Now every tear I ever cried feels different in the rain. Oh, let it play. Oh, wash away. Bonfire still burning bright, not to destroy the darkness, but to survive the night. Whiskey rain fading with the dawn. The heart may never disappear, but it won't hold on. The band plays one last number, the neon starts to fade. I leave a little lighter than when I came. Street lights blur like watercolor across the rainy glass. Another evening slips away too quietly to catch. The coffee's getting colder beside the window frame. Outside the city's moving, but everything feels changed. A train rolls through the distance like a memory passing by, leaving only fading echoes beneath the tired sky. I trace circles on the tabletop, lost somewhere between the life I thought I'd live and the life that found me. Some nights arrive like waves without a warning sign, pulling old emotions back into the tide. Afterglow still burning in my chest, long after all the fireworks have faded into rest, and every little spark refuses to let go, like a photograph survive inside the afterglow. Afterglow, ooh, ooh, soft and bittersweet. Afterglow, ooh, where our shadows meet. There's a letter in my jacket I never sent away. The paper's worn and fragile from being saved for days. The words were never perfect, maybe that's the reason why they stayed hidden in the darkness while the seasons passed by. Now the ink looks like a river running through the page, carrying old versions of who we used to be. Time can change the distance, but not what it meant. Some feelings stay alive even after they're spent. Silver line running through the gray, a quiet thread of hope that never went away. And every broken cloud parts a little more, letting in the kind of light I've been waiting for. Silver line shining from above. Silver line teaching me to love. Maybe healing isn't sudden, maybe it arrives slow, like morning through the curtains or winter into spring's glow. Maybe every ending carries something new, hidden in the silence, waiting to break through. Afterglow, fading with the night, believing little embers to guide me toward the light. Silver line, right against the blue, some chapters reach their ending, but the story carries through. The rain begins to soften, the stars return in view, and somewhere past the horizon, a new sky waits to bloom. Moonlight spills across the floor from a window left ajar. The room is full of silver dust and distant passing cars. Your sweater hangs beside the door, though you've been gone for months. I never moved it from its place, I guess I never could. The city hums beyond the glass, a song without a name, while shadows stretch across the walls and everything feels changed. A candle flickers on the shelf, its flame bends with the air, like it's trying to tell a story no one else can hear. Some memories fade softly, some refuse to leave, living in the spaces between what is and what used to be. like all the quiet moments I keep carrying within. And every silver heartbeat falls gently through the blue, like pieces of the night still reaching out for you. Moonfall, slowly drifting down. Moonfall, without a sound. The rain begins at midnight, tapping rhythms on the roof, a language made of water trying to speak the truth. I sit beside a window watching rivers trace the glasses, headlights melt into colors and vanish as they pass. Somewhere a train is moving toward a town I've never known, and for a second I imagine not feeling so alone. The world keeps turning forward even when hearts stay behind, but sometimes healing arrives one quiet drop at a time. Velvet rain falling through the dark, washing dust from old wounds, leaving tiny sparks. And every shining raindrop reflects a different sky, teaching broken seasons how to say goodbye. Velvet rain, soft against the night. Velvet rain, turning pain to light. Maybe love was never meant to stay exactly the same. Maybe it becomes a river instead of a flame, flowing through tomorrow, changing as it goes, yet carrying its beauty farther than it knows. Moonfall fades into the dawn, but leaves a trail of silver long after it is gone. Velvet rain stops before the day. Some people leave your lifetime but never fade away. Morning climbs the horizon, the clouds begin to part, and somewhere in the growing light, a new song finds my heart. Tides ripple softly across the harbor bay, colors breaking on the water and slowly fade away. The boardwalk sleeps in silence after everybody leaves. Only scattered echoes linger among the salty breeze. A broken carousel is turning one horse at a time, like it's chasing old summers it could never find. The moon hangs low above the sea, a pale and distant flame, while every wave repeats a version of your name. Some nights feel like oceans, too wide to understand. You keep reaching for the shoreline and finding only sand. Neon tide pulling on my heart, carrying the pieces that fell apart. And every shining current moves farther from the shore, like all the words I should have said before. Neon tide, blue against the sky. Neon tide, teaching me goodbye. Back inside my apartment, a candle burns alone. Its tiny flame keeps dancing though the room feels cold as stone. Photographs are scattered across the wooden floor, faces caught in moments that don't exist anymore. I gather them in silence as midnight settles in, watching old reflections of who we both been. Everything return someday, as smoke, as dust, as rain. But nothing ever comes back exactly the same. Ashes floating through the air, pieces of a story still lingering there. And every fading ember goes before it's gone, like love that leaves its light behind long after moving on. Ashes, silver in the dark. Ashes, protecting one last spark. I used to fear the ending like winter fears the spring, but every fallen leaf makes room for greener things. Maybe letting go isn't losing what was true. Maybe it's carrying the beauty into something new. Neon tide, quiet with the dawn. The colors fade from water, but the memory stays on. Ashes drifting toward the sun. Some chapters reach their ending, yet their light is never done. Morning paints the harbor in gold and crystal blue, and somewhere beyond the horizon, a wave remembers you. Morning hides behind the clouds, the world is washed in gray. A single bird cuts through the air, then disappears away. The elevator hums downstairs like a distant lullaby, while sunlight struggles through the curtains of a tired sky. There's a cup beside the sink, still stained with yesterday. Small reminders linger longer than we expect them to stay. The clock continues moving without asking how I feel, like time was never interested in what was lost or real. Sometimes healing looks like silence, sometimes silence hurts. Both arrive together like blessings and a curse. Hollow sky stretching over me, full of empty spaces where your voice used to be. And every drifting cloud moves slow across my mind, like pieces of a dream I couldn't leave behind. Hollow sky, white and pale and blue. Hollow sky, still shaped like you. I found an old glass ornament hidden in a drawer, tinted with a faded rose from winters long before. When sunlight touches through it, the room begins to glow, painting pink reflections across the floor below. For a moment everything feels softer than before, like sadness lost its edges, standing by the door. Maybe broken things can still create beauty, not despite their cracks, but because of them. Rose glass shining in the light, turning ordinary afternoons into something bright. And every fragile color falls softly on the walls, like hope returning quietly after long withdrawal. I used to think forever was something you could hold. Now I think it's moments. grow old. A laugh across the table, a hand reaching for mine. Little things becoming stars with enough time. Hollow sky clears before the dawn. The clouds begin to open, though the night feels long. Rose glass glows against the sun. Some people leave your lifetime, but their colors linger on. The morning keeps unfolding, the day begins anew. And somewhere in the scattered light, a memory shines through. The flowers only open when the daylight disappears. Breathing in the darkness like they're keeping ancient secrets. The garden behind the station sleeps beneath the moon. Silver petals sway gently to a quiet tune. Street lamps paint long shadows across the empty ground. The world feels far away without making a sound. I walk between the pathways covered in pale white blooms, each one shining softly against the midnight blue. Some beauty needs the darkness before it learns to glow, just like wounded hearts learning how to grow. Night bloom, opening so slow, turning hidden sorrow into something beautiful. And every fragile petal carries traces of the rain, like proof that broken seasons can blossom once again. Night bloom, bright beneath the sky. Night bloom, teaching me to try. Down along the shoreline, the tide brings pieces in, branches worn by oceans and journeys without end. One piece of driftwood catches the golden morning light, its edges shaped by countless waves and endless restless nights. I hold it in my hands and feel the passing years. The way roughness becomes beauty when it survives the tears. Maybe time is not a thief, maybe time is art, carving unexpected shapes inside the heart. Driftwood, floating from afar, carrying old stories like invisible scars. And every weathered surface speaks without a sound of all the storms that traveled through before washing ashore and found. Driftwood, soft against the sea. Driftwood, returning home to me. If I could tell my younger self one thing before I go, I'd say the hardest winters make the strongest flowers grow. And every wave that breaks you will someday set you free in ways you cannot understand until you reach the sea. Night bloom fades before the dawn, but leaves this quiet fragrance long after it is gone. Driftwood glows beneath the sun. Some journeys reach the shoreline, but are never truly done. The morning fills the garden, the tide retreats from view, and somewhere in the waking light a new dream pushes through. The ocean pulls away tonight, leaving mirrors flowers in the sand. The shoreline looks unfamiliar, like a place I used to understand. Bare footprints cross the beach, then vanish near the waves. The wind collects forgotten words and carries them away. A lonely seagull circles beneath the fading sky, while distant boats become small sparks against the edge of night. I watch the water breathe in, slow and deep and blue. The same sea that keeps moving still reminds me of you. Some things leave quietly without a final sound, yet somehow their absence is the loudest thing around. Low tide pulling back from shore, revealing hidden places I never saw before. And every line of wet sand shines beneath the moon, like memories returning far too late to swoon. Low tide, soft against the sea. Low tide, bringing back to me. Inside an old shoebox, a photograph remains. Its corners bent with time, its colors slightly changed. We're standing near a roadside, laughing at the rain. A moment caught forever, though nothing stayed the same. The picture feels so fragile, balanced in my hand, like a tiny piece of sunlight from another land. Funny how a single frame can hold an entire year and make a distant lifetime feel suddenly near. Polaroid, frozen in the light, keeping little pieces of a vanished night. And every faded color still knows where it belongs, like an old familiar melody inside a forgotten song. Polaroid, worn but holding on. Polaroid, long after you're gone. Maybe nothing lasts forever. Maybe that's the point, to treasure every ordinary day before it slips beyond. To love without possession, to remember without pain, to let the seasons change and still dance in the rain. Low tide returns into the blue. The waves reclaim the shoreline like they always do. Polaroid glows beneath the dawn. Some people leave your lifetime, but their light keeps living on. The morning finds the ocean, the sky turns golden new, and somewhere in a fading frame, the smile still looks like you. A bluebird lands outside my window just before the rain, tilting its head like it remembers something I can't name. The morning feels unfinished, coffee cooling in my hands. Clouds gather over rooftops like slowly moving plants. The bird stays for a moment, then lifts into the gray, leaving only fluttering echoes as it slips away. I watch the empty branch sway back and forth alone. Funny how a tiny goodbye can feel so close to home. Everything keeps changing, even skies and seasons too, but some small moments linger long after they're through. Bluebird passing through my life, a flash of borrowed color in a world of black and white. And every beat of wings leaves a mark I cannot I'll see like little pieces of wonder finding their way to me. Bluebird, gone before I knew. Bluebird, painting skies anew. Late at night the radio whispers through the dark, half of every station breaking into sparks. Voices come and disappear between the waves of sound, like distant conversations trying to be found. I sit beside the speaker while the city sleeps below, listening to the static like snowfall made of glow. Maybe silence isn't empty, maybe it contains all the things we couldn't say, still floating in the rain. Static, dancing through the air, tiny silver fragments of feelings left somewhere. And every burst of noise feels strangely like a song, reminding me that broken things can still carry on. Static, soft against the night. Static, turning dark to light. I don't need forever to believe something was real. Sometimes one brief moment can teach a heart to heal, like a bird upon a window or a signal through the haze. Small enough to miss, yet strong enough to stay. Bluebird returns inside my dreams, flying through forgotten fields and quiet sunless streams. Static fades before the dawn. Some voices leave the radio, but their music lingers on. The rain begins to soften, the clouds drift out of view, and somewhere beyond the morning sky, a bluebird's breaking through. A circle of light rests softly on the bedroom wall. The sunset slips through curtains before the evening falls. The room is filled with quiet and dust suspended high. Tiny worlds are floating in rivers of gold light. A plant beside the window leans gently toward the glow, like it understands a language only sunlight knows. Outside the traffic murmurs far beyond the glass, while shadows stretch like memories that never fully pass. Sometimes beauty arrives without asking to be seen, hidden in the ordinary, between the in-between. Halo hanging in the air, a gentle ring of sunlight floating everywhere. And every golden second feels impossible to hold, like warmth slipping through fingers before the night grows cold. Halo fading with the day. Halo slowly drifting away. A blank canvas waits quietly against the studio wall, untouched by expectation or fear of any fall. A brush rests in a jar nearby, beside forgotten pain. Colors sleep impatiently for someone brave enough to create. I wonder if the future looks something like that too, an empty space space of endless white, waiting for a view. Maybe every beginning feels uncertain at the start. A canvas and a question inside a hopeful heart. Canvas, open wide and free, holding all the colors I have yet to see. And every brushstroke teaches, but words can never say that mistakes become the beauty along the way. Canvas, bright beneath the blue. Canvas, becoming something new. I used to fear the blankness of roads I couldn't trace. Now I think uncertainty is simply open space, a place for light to enter, a place for dreams to land, a place where broken pieces can become something grand. Halo returns with every dawn, though the evening takes it. Ooh, its glow is ever gone. Canvas, shining in the sun. Some stories start in silence, ooh, before they've even begun. The sky becomes a painting of amber, pink, and blue. And somewhere in the fading light, a new world comes into view. The afternoon grows darker, though the sun is still above. The shadow slowly crosses everything I love. People gather on rooftops looking toward the sky, waiting for a fleeting wonder to quietly pass by. The birds stop singing briefly, the city holds its breath as daylight turns to silver in a moment strange and blessed. I stand among the silence, watching colors disappear, feeling something ancient moving through the atmosphere. Some moments are too beautiful to ever truly own. They arrive, they leave, and change us as they go. Eclipse covering the light, turning ordinary hours into something bright. And every passing shadow leaves wonder in its wake, like a heart learning how much beauty it can take. Eclipse, gone before too long. Eclipse still lingering on a shelf beside my bed, a porcelain bird remains, white as winter morning, painted with blue veins. One wing has a tiny crack running through its side, yet somehow that imperfection makes it harder to hide. When moonlight finds a surface, the room begins to glow, like fragile things remember more than they can show. Maybe strength is imperfection, maybe strength is staying whole after all the little fractures life leaves on the soul. Porcelain, delicate and true, holding hidden stories in every shade of blue. And every tiny fracture catches threads of light, like scars transformed to constellations in the quiet night. Porcelain, gentle as the rain. Porcelain, beautiful and chasing answers, a crossroads I couldn't see. Then discovered some mysteries were never meant to leave. They're meant to walk beside us like stars we cannot touch, reminding us that wonder still matters just as much. Eclipse fades beyond the dawn, the sunlight finds the rooftops and the darkness moves on. Porcelain glows beneath the day, some broken things grow precious because they chose to stay. The sky returns to blue, the world begins anew, and somewhere in the returning light I find a piece of truth. Midnight dripping from the ceiling, red lights dancing on the wall. Your shadow standing in the doorway, like the danger I would call. You move slow like a warning sign, beautiful disaster dressed in white. Every word falls like gasoline, every glance sets fire to the night. I know better, I know the rules, still I follow where you lead. Some temptations were angel wings, while feeding every hidden need. You're a beautiful mistake, a habit I can't break. Every heartbeat whispers run, but I'm already undone. Venom kiss, sweet poison on my lips, pull me deeper into darkness with your fingertips. Venom kiss, burning through my veins. I know you're gonna ruin me, but I crave the pain. But I crave the pain. City lights blur beneath our feet as we race through neon dreams. Nothing here is innocent, nothing's ever what it seems. Your perfume lingers in the air like a secret I should hide. A danger never looked this good, standing by my side. Every red flag turns to gold, every life feels beautiful. I should leave, but here I stay, giving everything away. Venom kiss, sweet poison on my lips, pull me deeper into darkness with your fingertips. Venom kiss, burning through my veins. I know you're gonna ruin me, but I crave the pain. Danger never felt so right, keep me awake all night. Danger never felt so right. Maybe we're just sparks and smoke, or maybe we're a falling star. Maybe some hearts only learn by touching what they are. And if the morning finds us broken, scattered underneath the sun, at least we burn brighter than anyone. Venom kiss, sweet Evening paints the skyline in shades of purple blue. A quiet world is settling down beneath the fading view. The rooftops where the sunset like a coat of amber light. Windows bloom like fireflies against the coming night. A distant siren echoes, then disappears again, leaving only soft vibrations drifting through the wind. I lean against the balcony, watching shadows grow as another day becomes a place I used to know. Nothing ever stays the way it used to be, but sometimes change arrives as gently as the sea. Velvet sky falling over town, wrapping every lonely street in a softer sound. And every fading color melts into the dark like 1,000 tiny endings, protecting one small spark. Velvet sky, wide and deep and true. Velvet sky, still reminding me of you. This afternoon I wandered without a destination, following the rhythm of my own imagination. The clouds became mountains, the river became gold. The ordinary afternoon turned magical to behold. For a little while the world felt larger than before, like every corner held a hidden open door. Maybe one that never leaves, maybe it just waits for quiet hearts to notice the beauty it creates. Daydream, floating through the air, turning simple moments into something rare. And every passing second shines differently somehow, like all the possibilities living in the now. Daydream, light a summer rain. Daydream, calling me again. I don't need a perfect future or answers from above, just enough hope to follow and enough room to love. The road ahead is blurry, but that's alright with me. The stars don't show the whole path, only where to begin and see. Velvet sky welcomes in the stars. The city becomes a galaxy of headlights and passing cars. Daydream glows beneath the dawn. Some moments leave the daytime, yet their wonder lingers on. The night wraps round the skyline, the moon comes into view, and somewhere in a quiet dream, the world begins anew. A single ember glows softly inside the fireplace. The room is filled with shadows and the silence of this place. Outside, the winter evening wraps the streets in gray. Snowflakes drift like feathers, then disappear away. The books upon the shelf stand quietly in line, guarding little lifetimes captured between time. I sit beside the window, watching distant lights blinking like forgotten stars across the frozen night. Some warmth remains even after flames are gone, living in the memory of where they once belonged. trace of orange against the fading black. Feels like a gentle promise that light can still come back. Ember holding through the cold. Ember brighter than gold. Summer lives inside my mind like heat above the road. A distant shimmering vision along a path I know. Fields were painted amber beneath an endless sky, and every dream felt close enough to touch before it died. Now those days appear like reflections in the air, beautiful and fleeting, yet somehow always there. Maybe memory is water, maybe memory is light, bending ordinary moments into something bright. Mirage, dancing on the sand, a place I cannot reach, yet somehow understand. Every shining image feels real enough to stay, like love that keeps existing even far away. Mirage floating through the blue. Mirage still leading me to you. I don't wanna hold the past too tightly in my hands. Some things are meant to wander like waves across the sand. But I can still be grateful for every road we've crossed, because beautiful memories are never truly lost. Ember glowing into dawn, the longest winter night eventually moves on. Mirage fading with the day. Some people leave your lifetime but never fade away. The morning warms the window, the sky turns clear and new, and somewhere in the golden light, a dream is breaking through. The moon hangs over rooftops, wrapped in a silver haze, like a secret drifting slowly through forgotten days. The avenue is sleeping beneath the midnight glow. Traffic lights blink softly to streets with nowhere to go. A newspaper rolls gently along the empty lane, carried by the restless wind like memories in the rain. I walk beneath the quiet, past windows glowing gold, watching fragments of other lives quietly unfold. Sometimes loneliness arrives, not as pain but as space, a room inside the heart waiting to be embraced. Moonveil floating through the night, covering old sorrows in silver light, and every passing shadow softens at the edge, like waves dissolving footprints along a distant ledge. Moonveil drifting wild and free. Moonveil settling over me. Near the garden fence, a butterfly appears. It swings so thin and fragile, they almost disappear. Moonlight shines right through them, like stained glass in the dark, turning every movement into a work of art. against the night. Glass swing, weightless as a dream. Glass swing, brighter than it seems. I used to chase forever across horizons far. Now I find eternity in moments that are small. A butterfly in moonlight, a quiet street below, the kind of fleeting beauty only patient hearts can know. Moonveil fades before the dawn, the silver leaves the city, but the feeling lingers on. Glass swing rises with the sun. Some wonders leave in silence, yet I'm never truly gone. The morning paints the skyline with shades of amber hue, and somewhere in the waking light, a dream is breaking through. Between the day and night, there's a color with no name. The city wears it quietly before the stars awaken. Storefront lights begin to glow one by one in rows, while the fading afternoon slips where nobody knows. A woman closes her umbrella beside a crossing street. The sound of distant footsteps blends with the evening breeze. Everything feels suspended, neither lost nor found, like the world is holding on to the last light around. There are moments in between where endings and beginnings meet, and for a second life feels complete. Blue hour resting on the town, turning every rooftop into a silver crown, and every fading color whispers something true, that beauty often lingers just before it's through. Blue hour, soft against the sky. Blue hour, teaching me goodbye. On a wire above the alley, a tiny sparrow waits, watching all the headlights flow beneath like streams of fate. It doesn't seem in a hurry, it doesn't seem afraid, just listening to the silence the evening sky has made. Then suddenly it rises into the deepening blue, leaving only feathers of wonder where it once flew. Maybe freedom isn't distance, maybe freedom is trust. Believe in the open sky will be enough. Sparrow, small against the night, yet carrying a courage hidden out of sight. And every beating wing writes circles in the air, like hope drawing maps to places anywhere. Sparrow, weightless and alive. Sparrow, teaching hearts to fly. I spent so many years trying to outrun change, until I learned the seasons were never meant to stay. The leaves fall from the branches, the rivers reach the sea, and somehow letting go creates room to breathe. Blue hour melts into the dark, the city trades its sunlight for 1,000 tiny sparks. Sparrow disappears from view, some things leave the horizon, yet moves behind the buildings without a word goodbye, leaving traces of gold and orange across the evening sky. People hurry down the sidewalks, chasing different roads, while shadows stretch like rivers beneath the street lamp glow. A bus pulls from the corner, its windows full of light, carrying silent stories into the coming night. I stay a little longer, watching colors disappear, trying to hold a moment already gone from here. The world keeps moving forward like it always knew the way, even when my heart wants one more yesterday. Fading into blue, taking all the daylight and pieces of you, and every painted cloud drifts slowly out of sight, like memories becoming stars in the arms of night. Sundown soft against my skin, sundown where endings begin. Inside an old notebook, a folded paper heart, pressed between two pages that never fell apart. The edges have grown fragile, the colors faded thin, but every tiny crease still remembers where it's been. I trace it with my fingers like a map of another time, when everything felt simple and every dream was mine. Some things lose their brightness but never lose their meaning, like songs we stop singing yet keep believing. Paper heart folded by my hands, holding little promises nobody understands, and every worn out corner still carries something true, like all the love I couldn't keep but never really lose. Paper heart, fragile but alive. Paper heart, still learning how to survive. Maybe growing older isn't letting beauty go, maybe it's discovering new ways for it to show. In faded notes in quiet rooms, and sunsets and old art, in all the little places that continue through the heart. Sundown melts into the dawn, the colors leave the skyline, but their warmth lingers on. Paper heart glows beneath the light, some dreams leave your lifetime yet remain inside. The morning finds the window, the sky turns bright and clear, and somewhere in a folded heart your memory stays near. fence me in now. Oh. Radio blasting loud enough to shake the county line. Every mile behind me leaves another doubt behind. Got scars from old mistakes, got dreams bigger than this town. If you're waiting for me to surrender, you should stop waiting now. I've been lost, I've been broke, but every road I've traveled only made me stronger though. Outlaw, running wild tonight, like thunder through the desert, like lightning in the sky. Outlaw, never backing down. You can build your walls around me, but you can't fence me in now. Raise your hands up high. We're riding through the night. Maybe I don't fit the picture, maybe I don't play the part, but every revolution starts with somebody following their heart. Hear the engines roar, the farther that I travel, the more I'm wanting more. Freedom in my soul, no matter where this road goes, I know I'm in control. Dust settling behind me, stars hanging overhead. Another town in the rear view, another dream ahead. One match, one spark, 1 second from the dark. Backseat full, the bad ideas, streetlights racing overhead. Everybody said be careful, so we did the opposite instead. Sneaking through the midnight city, laughing standing tall, because the biggest risk in life is never living at all. One heart, one chance, one night, let's dance. Run away, faster than the wind, chasing every dream. They said we never win. Run away, nothing left to fear. The future's in our hands, and it's finally here. We were born to run. This is who we've become. Sunrise on the horizon, smoke fading from the air. One more memory behind us, a million waiting there. System online, lights ignite, heartbeat synchronized tonight. The digital dreams inside my head, running faster than the speed of light. Neon colors on my skin, electric sparks across the night. Messages flashing on the dashboard, every signal calling me. The city's made of circuits now, an endless possibility. I'm not waiting for permission, I'm not waiting for a sign. The future's in my bloodstream, and it's counting down in time. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Cyber heart, running through the wires. Cyber heart, setting off the fire. Every pulse, every spark, every beat inside the dark. Cyber heart, take me higher, laser lights across the skyline, pixel stars above the crowd. Everybody moving closer, music playing way too loud. Gravity is losing power, nothing holding us below. Tonight we're more than human, we're becoming something new. Hands up, lights on, game face, move on. Cyber heart, running through the wires. Cyber heart, setting up the fire. Every pulse, every walls were higher. They said the gates were closed. They said the road was broken before it even rose. I walked through storms alone, with thunder at my heels. Every scar became a lesson, every wound began to heal. They tried to write my ending before I knew my name, but fire has a funny way of turning lost to flame. The shadows built a prison, the fear became a chain, but every chain I carried only made me stronger in the rain. Now hear the drums, hear them call, hear them call, hear them call. I didn't come this far to fall. Kingdom, I built it from the dust, stone by stone, through every broken trust. Kingdom, watch me rise above the ashes of the past, the strength I found in love. No fear, no doubt, no walls can stop me now. The mountains tried to stop me, the darkness blocked the way, but every night eventually surrenders to the day. I learned that crowns are heavy when earned instead of found, and greatness isn't measured by how high but how profound. The mirrors show a fighter, the battles made me whole. Every step became a chapter written deep inside my soul. Raise your voice, raise it high. Tonight we own to the sky. Kingdom, I built it from the dust, stone by stone, through every broken trust. Kingdom, watch me rise above the ashes of the past, the strength I found in love. Let the heavens hear. The future's here. I am not the girl who hid behind the pain. I am not the shadow of yesterday again. I'm the storm, I'm the fire, I'm the dream, I'm the fighter, I'm the voice that survived, and tonight I'm crown, place it on my head. Every road I traveled, every tear I shed. Crown, shining in the light, a symbol of becoming who I was born to be tonight. Hear the anthem sound. Long live the crown. The sky opens before me, the stars begin to shine. A kingdom stands behind me and forever waits in time. Dust dances through a window in the pale afternoon, floating like forgotten wishes across a quiet room. The curtains barely move with the breathing of the breeze. Sunlight paints old patterns upon the wooden floor beneath. A record player turns slowly without a single song, still spinning like it's waiting for something to come along. The walls remember laughter, the couch remembers names, but everything feels softer now than it did back then. Time leaves fingerprints on everything it knows, even on the smallest things nobody notices. Dust light falling from above, turning ordinary moments into pieces of love, and every golden particle drifting through the air feels like a quiet answer to a forgotten prayer. Dust light, gentle as goodbye. Dust light, passing slowly by. In the drawer beneath my desk, an old fountain pen remains. Its ink has long since faded, but the weight still feels the same. I hold it to the paper, though it has nothing left. Yet somehow all the empty pages feel less silent than before. The notebook stays open like a field before the rain, waiting for a single thought to bloom again. Maybe every ending leaves a seed behind, waiting for the courage to grow inside the mind. Wild ink running through my veins, drawing little galaxies across forgotten plains, and every unfinished sentence still carries a spark, like tiny stars refusing to disappear into the dark. Wild ink flowing soft and free, wild ink writing back to me. If I could say one feeling, it wouldn't be the pain, it would be the hope that follows after every storm and rain. The part that keeps believing when everything feels dim, the voice that whispers quietly, begin again. Dust light fades into the night, but leaves a golden memory long after losing sight. Wild ink spills into the dawn. Some dreams leave your lifetime, but their colors linger on. The room grows dark around me, the sky turns violet blue, and somewhere in an empty page, a new story breaks through. Static in the skyline, sirens in my veins, steel clouds over midnight, calling out my name. Chrome reflections on the pavement, neon dripping from the rain. on silver thrones, deciding what is true. But I'm a glitch inside the system, a fire they can't contain, a storm trapped inside human skin, breaking every chain. Turn it up, break it down, let the whole world hear the sound. Ghost wire running through my mind, a signal from the darkness I can never leave behind. Ghost wire screaming through the night, every broken frequency becomes another fight. Static and gasoline, living inside the machine. If tomorrow never finds us, if the lights all disappear,